Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, we're going to be discussing the extraordinary people visas for Great Britain. At the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case from me, something that other attorneys call a consultation, and want you to pay them $300. Here you get it for free. Let's go. You guys from Britain, from England, from Scotland, from Wales, from Northern Ireland, you are #1 nation in the entire world who gets the most talent visas to the States. You didn't mishear me, this is absolutely correct. By statistics, and this statistics is available, UK is #1 country who provides the most talent for the United States. And of course, there is a logic behind it because you guys already speak English, which is great. So you can show the highest salaries. Your culture is very close to American and you're just doing a lot of good and great things. I'm not surprised that you guys from Great Britain are the most talented in the world and the statistics shows. So today we're going to be discussing what you need to have in order for you to get O1 visa or EB-1 visa and work in the States or immigrate here and live with your family. All right, first of all, the difference between O1 visa and EB-1A visa. O1 visa is a non-immigrant working visa, meaning that you can come here to the States, work here, live here for a while, up to 3 years initially. You can bring your family and then you come back and do whatever you want back in your country. With EB-1A visa, you are getting approval for a green card, meaning you get a residency. It's a 10-year green card. You can come and live in the States with no limits. You can work, you can then develop, you can bring your family who's also getting the green card. And by the way, who's your family for the purpose of these two visas? This is your spouse and your kids who are under 21 years old and not married, right? So this is your family. For example, if it's a family of 4, mama, papa, and 2 children who are not 21 and not married, so all 4 are getting either green card or O visa. One disadvantage with O1 visa for the spouse gets O3 visa and unfortunately cannot work without additional paperwork. Who can qualify for these visas? There are 5 categories of talent. This is sport, business, education, science, and art. Sometimes I have clients who do not fall within one specific category, but might be a hybrid. This is very often between business and science, business and education, business and art. There could be other combinations because new professions, they are so intertwined within different categories of talent. So sometimes it's really hard to say whether you're a business person or you are an artist, whether you're doing education things or you are a scientist, right? But if we talk about classic categories for talent, those are business people, marketing people, sales people, scientists, engineers, IT people, and artists, the painters, the people who do sculptures, the NFT people. We actually have a successful NFT projects for our clients. And there could be so much more, right? So don't be discouraged if I didn't mention your profession, right? There's no limit to the profession. It could be people from the beauty industry. We specialize with the beauty industry also. It could be models, it could be makeup artists, it could be nail masters and the lip master, whatever it is, right? So in whatever industry field you have recognition, I can probably get you either O1 visa or EB-1A visa and green card to the States. So let's speak about the criteria that you may satisfy. Criteria #1, prizes or awards for excellence in your field. The classic way of this means that you have to participate in competitions or some kind of accelerators or incubators or maybe at a conference and you get some recognition in your field for your excellence. You get a prize, maybe the first, the second, or third place. It could be a Grand Prix, it could be private competition, it could be government competition. There's a lot of ways you can satisfy these criteria. If you're in a business, an investment in your business of $100,000 plus can also be an award. There's a lot of classic and orthodox way to satisfy these criteria. Criteria number 2, the major or professional press about you, your projects, and your work. How do we know it's major? Besides that, a lot of people read it. Well, we need to see how many people visit the website, or how big is the circulation of this press. And I would say top 20 to 30 major press is probably going to satisfy these criteria. If a professional or trade magazines write about you or your projects, this also qualify, and we don't have to have a big circulation or a lot of visitors to the website. And in 95% of the cases nowadays, all the press is digital, published on some website, right? As long as it's a major press or professional press, it's going to satisfy this criterion. Criterion number 3, you invited to judge the work of others in your field or similar fields. And there's also a classic way when they call you to the competition and you actually assess other people in your field, find out who's the best and who is not. This is the classic way. And such competition should be national, right? So it cannot be the competition in your city or in your administrative borders. It should be within the country, right? It should be big competition. The orthodox way or indirect way usually pops up in a science field where you are the review or revise the work of others, the publications of others, the dissertations of some scientific work. You are in some commission that accepts the exam of the magistrate students and things like that. There's a lot of ways you can judge the work of others. Also, you could be in some commission or some editorial review for a press. So as long as you are being asked to analyze and judge and assess the work of other professionals, you will satisfy this criterion. Criterion number 4, associations in your field of excellence that accept for outstanding achievements, which is judged by national experts. This could be any associations that gather the professionals in the particular field, and there must be some obstacles to be a part of this association. So if it's a business association, they accept for the amount of money you make. If you make, let's say, £300 a year on your business, this might be the lowest term to become a member of this association, right? Maybe $500,000, maybe $1 million. The larger, the better. The art associations, they may be judging by the amount of galleries where you had your exhibitions and things like that, right? So there must be outstanding achievements. And also the second part, the people who are actually determining whether your achievements are outstanding also must be experts on a national level. So those must be recognized experts in that field, and they will be assessing whether you satisfy the terms of this association. Criterion number 5, your significant and original contribution into the field of talent. This has 2 sub-criteria. The originality, the innovation, something that has not happened before, and significant, meaning that it affected your field of talent overall. This is the most difficult criterion to prove, but it's a rare occasion where I cannot find the contribution that you made in a field. And a lot of cases, guys, and this is like a little insight for you, about 50% of my clients who ultimately get a green card or visa, they do not know they are talented, because people don't understand exactly how American immigration services assess the talent. It consists of this criteria which we have to prove, right? 20 to 30% of my clients think that they may be talented, but they're not sure how to prove it. And I build a strategy at the immigration planning to show how we're going to prove the case. And maybe a small percentage, maybe 20, maybe even less, 10% think that they are talented and they have high achievements. But usually those people really do, and they have international achievements and international recognition. And, sometimes it's easy to say, okay, this is a really good case. But up to 80% of my clients, of my cases, either don't know or think they may be talented, but don't know for sure. So I'm pretty sure that most of you fall within this 80%. That's why I'm giving you so much detailed information, so at least you know that there is such a program and you probably can fit it, or if you work a little bit on your case, you can become a talented person within the meaning of the immigration laws in the States. So the contribution in the field is one of the hardest, however, it's also possible. Let me show you the examples what could be your contribution to the field. Your own courses that have been taken by a lot of people, your book, your patent, your speech at the conference, your publication, your dissertation, your analytics. It could be pretty much anything that you have done, you've been working on, that plays a significant role in your industry. The example I mentioned, it's not the exhausting list. There's so much more. That's why I need you to fill out that application to get a free evaluation from me, so I know exactly what's going on with your case. You will learn how to do this at the end of this video. Do it and in detail, give me as much information as possible. Okay, number 6, and that is your critical or leading role in organization with a high reputation. This could be your own company, or this could be somebody else's companies. Very important that this organization has to be distinguished, has to have the high reputation. That means that either everybody knows it, or people within the industry knows about it. It has big clients, maybe a big part of in the market. It could be organizing some events, it could be sponsoring events, it could be having some prizes and awards for this company and things like that, right? So this company has some recognition in your field, and you either play a critical role or leading role. What's the difference? A critical role when you do some function in the company that has effect for the entire company, right? Or for your big department in the company. For example, you are a talented salesperson, you're leading your department, you're a manager in sales. So your work could be so great, you could be selling so many products or so much services that it does affect the company. And this is just an example, there's a lot of critical roles. The leading role, when you actually manage the company, you are the top manager or you're C-level person, you're an executive, CTO, CFO, CEO, right? So this is the top management of the company and this is the leading role. Sometimes it could be a critical and a leading role. There's no limit here. It could be either or both. Number 7, your high salary or other remuneration for the services. So as long as your salary or your contracts for your services are higher than the similar professionals in your field, and how much higher? Well, I would start with 20% or more. However, if you show me a 150%, twice as much, 3 times as much, that strengthens your case. Number 8, academic publications in a major field or in the professional magazines or journals. And this is pretty easy. You have a publication, that's something you wrote, and it's being published. If you show me some citations to those publications, it's very good. And I know you guys, engineers, IT people, doctors, other professionals, you guys have a lot of publications, and this is a really good way to start for you your immigration process to the States. And number 9 and number 10, they go to the art people, and this is the exhibitions, the galleries and museums and things like that. And 10 is the commercial or critical success of movies, of TV shows, of art and stuff like that. So those 2 go specifically to the art people. So if you're an artist from Great Britain, hey, this is the way to go, because you have 2 additional criteria in the application, and this is so much better than everybody else. Stanislav, how many of these 10 criteria I have to satisfy? Well, you have to satisfy at least 3 of them. For example, if you have publications, you have a high salary, and you have an award, in theory, you can already file for one or the other type of visa. However, in my career, out of the hundreds and hundreds cases that I filed, I can probably count on fingers of my one hand how many petitions had only 4 criteria. Usually, in most cases, an overwhelming majority of the cases, it's 5 to 7 criteria. This is already a solid case. Sometimes we file cases with 8 criteria, rarely 9, maybe 1 or 2 cases within my career will file 10 criteria. The more, the better. Why? Because if the immigration officer does not agree with us on 1 or 2 criteria, then we have others to fill out those gaps. Also, don't forget that there is 3 stages of assessment of your talent. The first one is objective, whether we satisfied at least 3 criteria out of the 10. Then the officer goes to the subjective analysis, that's called overall merits, where he looks whether your achievements are recognized nationally and whether they're prestigious. He looks at every document that was submitted and he makes that determination whether you got to the top of your field, the small percentage of those talented people. And the third one, we have to prove that you will have to continue work in the field of your talent in the States. With O1 visa, it's easy because you have an employer. With EB-1A visa, you don't have to have an employer, you can have a self-petition, but you have to show your plans for the future, and of course we'll help you with that as well. If you lived up to the end of this video, and I know only those of you who want to come to the States, those of you who are motivated and who have probably some achievements and recognition in your field nationally or internationally, please go down below this video and fill out and very detailed the questionnaire that I prepared for you so I could evaluate your case and I give you a free analysis within 48 hours. After the free analysis, after you already know whether you qualify or not, which criteria is good, which criteria are not good, I will invite you to the immigration planning, where I will build the strategy of your case and how we will be filing your case in the future. Smash the like button if you like the content of this video and subscribe to my YouTube. Every week 2 new videos coming out in English, and this is the best content among all other immigration attorneys in the United States of America, so you will miss a lot if you do not subscribe. Write comments and ask your questions in the comment below these videos. I will definitely get back to you. And subscribe to my Instagram and to my TikTok, where I give you a lot of other content regarding the business, investment or talent immigration to the States. I am Stanislav Shamayev, the lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.